Oh yeah. Butter wouldn't melt in his mouth, eh? At least he knows where we are. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, just prior to the commencement of the service, if you haven't already done so, and you've got a mobile, if you can just ensure it's on silent, if you don't mind, thank you. Yours is on.
I've got my
You got your
notes
speech on there.
my notes.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, mate.
okay.
Yeah, we're writing that, Chris.
When Liberty Valance rode to town, the women folk would hide. They'd hide. When Liberty Valance walked around, the men would step aside. Because the point of a gun was the only law that Liberty understood. When it came to shooting straight and fast, he was mighty good. From out of the east a stranger came, a law book in his hand. Oh man, the kind of a man the West would need to tame a troubled land. 'Cause the point of a gun was the only law that Liberty understood. When it came to shooting straight and fast, he was mighty good. Many a man would face his gun, and many a man would fall. The man who shot Liberty Valance, he shot Liberty Valance. He was the bravest of them all. The love of a girl can make a man stay on when he should go. Stay on, just trying to build a peaceful life where love is free to grow. But the point of a gun was the only law that Liberty understood. When the final showdown came to pass, the law book was no good. When the afraid she prayed that he'd return that fateful night. Ah, that night, when nothing she said could keep her man from going out to fight. From the moment a girl gets the people grown, the very first thing she learns, when two men go out to face each other, only one returns. Everyone heard two shots ring out, one shot made Liberty fall. The man who shot Liberty Valance, he shot Liberty Valance. He was the bravest of them all. The man who shot Liberty Valance, he shot Liberty Valance. He was the bravest of them all.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bill McJanet. I'm a funeral settlement. It's my privilege to have been entrusted to conduct today's service for John. Love doesn't end with dying or leave in the last breath. For someone you've loved dearly, love doesn't end with death. And everyone here knows a truly good man has been lost too. You're here today to remember and to celebrate that man's life, John Banks, who passed away on August the 15th. You grieve today with thoughts of John foremost in your minds as his passing has brought great sadness. And my thoughts and condolences are with you all who are here in the chapel, along with those who have been unable to join you for various reasons, but who will be able to access a copy of the service once it's loaded onto Chris's YouTube channel. And although there is no doubt great sadness, family takes solace in the knowledge he's been reunited in spirit with his brother Barry and sister Julie. And John's passing will leave a gap in your lives that will be difficult to fill. Excuse me, and I understand that you're gathered here this afternoon, not so much to mourn his passing, but to celebrate the life of a very special man who touched your lives in a meaningful way and left you as individuals better for it. And death in a number of ways does unite us all, for it asks that each of us set aside our work, our business and our pleasures, to unite ourselves with everyone fellow mourners who share in a common bond of love and respect for those who have passed. And as with any funeral service, we gather to mourn a departed loved one, to pay tribute to their achievements and to their life, to comfort one another and give support to each other. At times like this, we can feel a number of emotions: pain, hurt, sorrow, and of course grief. But there's one thing that cannot be taken away, and that is the experience of love and the experience of friendship. And today, while you think of John's passing with sadness and regret, you should also recall his life with happiness and regard for its full range of lived experiences. And nothing can detract from what you shared with him, nor can the joy that he knew in his life be altered. And I'm sure that he would not want you to grieve for too long in hurt or pain, but instead think of the joy and the friendship that he has given, that he received, and that he in turn shared with so many. And when I spoke with Michael a few days ago, we talked about John and the service today. Excuse me, he said he'll be remembered in different ways by different people, but by the family as a man who just loved his rugby league, with Manly being his team. And of course the internet's a terrific thing. For someone my age, I put in Manly and was able to find out that during his lifetime they did win 8 premierships. They were runners-up 11 times. They were minor premiers 9 times. And I'm sure that he was really delighted that they never ever won the wooden spoon once. Michael said he would do anything for anyone when needed. He was very proud of his boys, Michael and Paul. And Michael also said that John loved his sister Julie to the moon and back, and her daughters Angela and Lisa. And those thoughts that Michael did share with me, combined with your own individual memories, and with what Angela, John's niece, will now speak about, acknowledges that he'll be sadly missed by everybody he knew and of course who loved him. Angela, I'd like you to come forward to say a few words.
I wouldn't tell my age if I say it was way back in the 60s and the 70s. Johnny come and live with us when he was like 16. He got out of an orphanage, a Catholic orphanage in Maitland at 16. I can only remember the good times we all shared as Mum got her brothers back, like Barry and Johnny. I was only just speaking to your Uncle Johnny a couple of weeks ago, and you were letting me know Uncle Barry had passed. And I wasn't going to make it for that funeral, but this one I was. Okay? And so what I would call of Uncle Johnny, he lived with my mum as a teenager. He was released from care at 16. I can only remember all those good times we all shared together as a big family on the beaches. As Mum and brothers all lived together, some good old days. Uncle Johnny and Mum loved the beach, so we also they were also teaching us how to get up on those planks and ride those boards and push us towards massive big waves to catch in ashore, or sliding down the sand dunes at Kilco, or just playing on the beach at Narrabeen and learning how to ride our first motorbikes or motorcycles. Lisa and I said, well, Lisa, my sister, isn't here today and she's much better at speeches than me. She said Johnny was a surfer. My dad also said he was a rebel rocker. He said Uncle Johnny first worked serving gasoline at my dad's servo at Caltex Balgala. Uncle Johnny learned how to drive his FJ ute, and he started borrowing that ute off my dad to pick up girls along the northern beaches. He told a little story. He used to hang out with my dad's little brothers, Robert and Peter. And to let it all slip, they were really actually drag racing down the Wakehurst Parkway, making a quid in his winnings. Yeah, Johnny knew that was the end of his drag racing days then. With the boys, no more FJ borrowing the ute. Between the 60s and 70s, I think it was all worth remembering, all the good old days. Johnny left home to a beautiful girl named Marie and married and had 2 boys. Paulie was born. Lisa and I's first cousin, we used to throw around the room and jump up and down and play aeroplane rides. My mum was over the moon. Then along came baby Michael, much like his dad. He also thrown up, and we were also having fun with him. We'd scare him in the dark. Anyway, Uncle Johnny was making the family he'd always dreamed of as a child himself. My mum loved her brothers. They were all so close together when they were siblings. And his sons she loved just as much as she loved Lisa and I, my sister. I actually thought she loved them more than me and Lisa. We were a bit wild. Anyway, precious memories of us all. Young and fearless, those were the days that we all laughed. It's time to say goodbye, Uncle Johnny. And we'll see you in heaven because we're going there too. We hope to free your spirit today and be at peace with your brothers and your brother Barry and your sister Julianne. Love you forever, eternity. From my big sister Lisa that's not here today. From Annie Rooney. Goodbye. God bless.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you very much, Angela. Well done.
That's all right.
Of course, John's memories can't be engraved on a headstone or a plaque. They will forever be cherished within the heart. I encourage you all to take the next few moments to reflect on the memories that you have, on the influence and the effect that John had on your life as you watch the photo collage that has been compiled of his journey through his life. Thanks, Chris.
It hurts to be in love when the only one you love turns out to be someone who's not in love with you. It hurts to love her so when deep down inside you know she will never want you, no matter what you do. And so you cry a little bit, you die a little bit, day and night, night and day. It hurts to be in love this way. How long can I exist? Wanting she gives all her kisses to somebody else. She thinks I'm just a friend, though it hurts I must pretend. The only way to keep her is keeping to myself. And so I cry a little bit, oh, die a little bit, day and night, night and day. It hurts to be in love this way. And so I cry a little bit, oh, die a little bit, day and night, night and day. It hurts to be in love this way. It hurts to be in love day and night, night and day. It hurts to be in love night and day, day and night. It hurts to be in love day and night.
Please bow our heads for the reading of the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. And our service of committal or farewell today will be brief, as I appreciate the physical parting can be the most difficult of all. So on behalf of each and every one of you, I say the following words. We now say our final goodbye to John Banks, in grief at his death, but in gratitude of his life and the special privilege of sharing in it. And lovingly and tenderly we commit his body to be cremated. Thank you, John, for a life lived just the way you wanted. We farewell you today with love and care, acknowledging your journey through life complete with all its joy, happiness and realities, and may you now rest in peace. And to each and every one of you, I'm sure that you'll all find richness and example in your memories of John, and may you find strength in your support for one another. And this does conclude our service, and once again I thank you all for attending. And you're invited to make your way to the Mona Vale Bowls Club for refreshments and no doubt further celebration of John's life. Thank you. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Don't want your love.
It's up. It's on the bottom.
Sorry? That's up.
Here's
Feet.
his head on his other.
Heads up the other end.
Just gave him his kiss.
I've gotta stand tall. You know the man can crawl. When he knows you tell a lie, and he lives on passing by. He's not a man at all. Don't want your love. Don't want your kisses, that's for sure. When you see my shadow, then you know I'm sincere. Don't you think it's kind of sad that you're treating me so bad? Or don't you even care? Don't want your love anymore. Don't want your Don't want your love anymore. That's for sure. Each time I hear this sound,
Gonna pass out?
Don't know how that.
I've gotta stand tall. When you see me shed a tear, and you know that it's sincere, don't you think it's kind of sad that your dream is so bad? Don't you even care?
Love you, Polly.
Nice to meet you, Paulie. Paulie.
Miss you here. See you soon.
We can't believe it.
They're holding each other up. Lisa couldn't make it because she's not well.
Lisa's not well, huh?
We're here.
Paulie.
Miss you, matey.
Paulie. Of course, that. We know that. You know that now. Alright.
Ride some motorbikes.
That's
Some
gone.
fun in the farm.
We can only do
Cheers.
what we know.
Don't do anything silly, alright? We don't need it. Okay?
Bottles, memories to go collect them all these and do our whatever. We used to go do our bush things.
Yeah, I think he's done the best he could anyway, Paul. Maybe it's in there. It's in there, isn't it? Yeah, it's in there. Okay? I know it is. Okay?
This is the last of it.
That's it.
I just can't.